Hello and welcome to the Climbing Daily Wednesday news show. On this week's show, we've got Daniel Woods is back and in a flashy mood. There's a huge rope solo from Roger Schäli, and we've got a black diamond harness deal just for you. Morning, T. How you doing? You look in a sort of pre-winter state, which is you're pretending. I can see the goosebumps. You're holding the coffee.
Yeah, just for some extra warmth.
Winter is coming. How do you feel about it?
Sad. I could roll out a tear, but not today. Not today. Anyway.
It's frozen on your cheek. The ice queen.
What's the first news story?
It's Daniel Woods.
Right, Daniel Woods, because he's still in Switzerland. But this week, flashing boulders. American climber Daniel Woods flashed his first 8B plus boulder, Compass North, a line in Fione, Switzerland. In his own words, moves are super basic and straightforward, making it a great flash contender. The power crimp line really suited Daniel, but about the grade, he's not sure whether it's going to stay an 8B+. This is the third ascent after Clément Lechaptois, the first ascensionist, and Aidan Roberts.
This story is everything I can't stand about climbers.
Why? You just rock up to a boulder, flash it, done.
No, it's worse than that. Look, Daniel Woods.
You didn't get that.
Flash it. Yes, T. You want to see Daniel flashed? I get it. Do not.
I don't think it's necessary. We're talking about climbing. It's
You
serious stuff.
You brought the flashing up.
Where
here.
was your story going?
My point here is that climbers do this thing, right? You know when you climb something that's at your limit, or you do something like that's super cool, and you're like immediately downgrade yourself. It's just like, I've done this, I've done 7B first time. It was definitely soft though. Every climber seems to do this. Why can't Daniel just be like, hey, I flashed an 8B plus, it's my style, which he did. Easy for me.
I don't know, because you get into the climbing world, everybody does it, you kind of have to pick up on it, or else it looks like you have a gigantic ego.
Maybe we have just insecurities though. Maybe we don't have big enough egos, climbers. Maybe we're like too humble.
That's a good thing, because you always have to go for it, try harder. And there's always something around the corner that's just going to shut you down. So
I know, but
climbers are insecure for a reason.
But can you imagine a footballer scoring a goal and then going, maybe it was offside. It might have been offside. It was the best goal I've ever scored, but I think it was offside. Ref, it wouldn't happen, would it?
Okay, let's get back to climbing.
It's my story, isn't it? Roger Schäli, rope solo. To Switzerland now, and news of Roger Schäli's massive new rope solo. Rope soloing is climbing a pitch or a multi-pitch by yourself, but using a rope and gear for protection. This is a hard and time-consuming way of climbing. As reported by Planet Mountain, it took Robert 5 days to make the first ascent of Tierra del Fuego. He established it ground up and also rope solo. There are difficulties up to A2 plus or 6C, and it's 350 meters of climbing past the difficulties. He linked the wall using many sections that had not been climbed before. We seem to have been chatting about rope soloing quite a lot. We chatted last week, didn't we?
People not have partners anymore nowadays.
I think it's almost like that new next level thing, It's like, not only did I do this thing, I climbed it rope solo.
I honestly what if they just didn't find a partner?
Well, it could be that as well.
It seems more plausible.
It's
still nice to climb with a partner.
Yeah, for sure. But he does stuff that's a little bit like he does big things, but with remember when he paraglided off Serra Torre, whatever.
Yeah, he's a proper alpinist, isn't he?
He is, and he's got these ideas. I think the thing that blows my mind about rope soloing is I can't imagine the faff of it.
You have to try it.
But
this is the second week in a row, Matt. You just look at a YouTube video, double check your knots. This is the worst
of the world,
ever.
teach me how to rope solo. Get in touch, Pete Whitaker. But seriously, climbing a pitch, right? Mm-hmm. You survived, which is always in my head when I climb. I survived. Then you have to ab it. I survived again. And then you have to strip all the gear, right? And then you have to go again.
Yeah, but or you Jumar up and stuff like that. There's ways around it.
But you still got to go up, down, up.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. You described it. Good job.
Does that not mentally exhaust you? That's tiring to me.
Yes, it feels unnecessary.
Fair enough.
I have multi-pitch news, but this time it's a partnership. As reported on planetmountain.com, Solène Amoros and Catherine Chong have repeated the legendary multi-pitch sport route called Alibaba in France. It was first established 20 years ago, and it's 250 meters long, with difficulties up to 8A+. They climbed it over 3.5 days, spending the nights on a portaledge. This is the first all-female ascent of this route. So the difficulties range from 7B plus to 8A plus. It's a nice mid-level.
Yeah, it's one of those routes that's more about like the route rather than the grazer route. You know, like it's one of those. Like, you know, one day you should do.
We like the name of it, basically.
I do like the name.
And also, at first, all-female sent, but Nina Cabraz did.
Yeah, there was a
the
bloke in the team, I think. I
Yes.
guess. I think. Who was it, actually? I've got the name. I don't know. Have I got the name? I can't remember.
It will flash on screen.
Poor Hugo. 9A roundup time. And there's quite a lot this week. Martin Teckles has climbed the 9A plus, no pain, no game in Rodella, as reported by 8A.nu. He projected the route for 3 trips and spent nearly 8 weeks there in total. He's been training for the route at Arco's Massoni Crag. Danny Fuentes has climbed the 9A plus Las Minas in Rodella. This is a link-up line with a hard start, then endurance on crimps. It's an extension, and he worked the extension for 3 days to get that extra plus.
Sticking with Rodear, the cave has seen more action with Jonathan Floor doing the first ascent of a new 9A plus called Picasso. He climbed this at the very end of his trip. In the Frankenjura, Buster Martin has climbed the famous Action Direct 9A. There isn't a huge amount of information yet, so let's hear from Buster.
So climbing Action Direct has been a dream of mine for a while. I think what attracted me was mostly the history, so Wolfgang Güllich's legacy of establishing many of the hardest routes in the world during the 80s. He had a really inspiring and focused attitude to training. So I'd never really considered trying it, as I'm not really that strong on pockets, or I wasn't. But after some time spent climbing in Margalef, my confidence started to grow and I started to think about trying Action. So I had a couple of days on it in early summer, but it got too hot, so I set about training. I work as an online coach, so I got really into planning things and getting the training right. So in the end, I came back this autumn and the route took me 3 more sessions. It mostly went pretty well and I felt good on the majority of the climbing, but there was this one hill hook which was really frustrating. I kept slipping off. I mean, it's kind of funny how such a powerful route exposed a weakness in my technique. So in the end, even on the send, the heel slipped off, but I battled to the top and it made for a really satisfying ascent.
Action from Rodear.
Yes.
We're still uncertain how to actually say the name.
What was I saying? Rodella.
Rodella.
And you're saying Rode.
Rodear.
Yes, but as we
Is that
discussed,
English?
I don't. Who knows what English is or isn't anymore? No idea. Right, we're going to go to the 9B counter.
Yes, there isn't any. There are no 9Bs.
Nothing.
No new
Nout,
9Bs.
Nada. What's going on? You said that it's a slow news week this week.
Yeah, I was complaining about it.
Yeah, you were very angry
I was
at
like,
the climbers.
where are the sends? But you mentioned it's the start of a new season, literally. We're
That was
in
my
autumn,
theory, yeah. That, if you, people in
national
Margalef...
comps.
Well, I think you're just warming up to it, you've done the comps, you've had a holiday, and now you've gone to your place of project. And now you're working the project. And I reckon in about a week to 2 to 3 to 4 weeks, we're going to see the best.
Do you know something?
No.
You know something. Where's Yanya?
I just listed them. Oh, I don't know. She told me she was going on holiday. She's not going to Japan.
Oh, right.
So...
Is Japan a big comp?
Yeah, fairly. Yeah, not World Cup. But yeah, not World Cup.
Okay.
Combo thing.
Great,
We still on the
9B
9B
roundup.
counter.
Yep.
Is that it? Right, done. Right, we mentioned at the beginning of the show that we had a shop deal. My first ever harness, was a BD Black Diamond Momentum. Okay, I got it in one of those package kits. So I bought the harness, I bought the belay plate, I bought a chalk bag, it was a carabiner, everything in one package.
That's a sweet story.
It's true, and I had it for years. I don't think I've still got it, but I had it for years. The reason I'm talking about this is Black Diamond have updated the Momentum, with a better Momentum. It's now a lot better than my old school one. But also the Solution, which is like an upgraded, lightweight, if you're more sport climbery. So it's like Momentum all-round, Solution sport climber specific, certainly more like that.
But it's not the AirNet.
It's not the AirNet, it's kind of in between. It's like an intermediate harness, and in fact we're doing an intermediate show about it coming soon. But they're both up to 15% off, right?
Yes, indeed. So go check them out on the Epic TV shop. And like Matt, you know, you can get a harness that's gonna stay with you for a very long time.
But this is it. This is why I genuinely think buying harnesses on a sale is a good idea, because it lasts forever. Like I've never got to a point with a harness where it's like broken.
I never bought a harness.
Really?
Yes, because like when I started climbing, I basically just, this is what you gotta do to get a harness. Just become friends with the instructors at the gym, and they'll go to like the back of the gym of like forgotten harnesses, and they'll get your kids one.
Okay, that was and then you've never bought one since.
This is so off topic today. Yes.
That's
Anyway.
good to know. There we go. Well, if you don't want to be a cheapskate like Terry T, then you can buy a harness for 15% off. Get on it. Contenty stuff.
Yes.
And your favourite Italian crush, Beatrice, she's got her own show, isn't she?
Beatrice Colli. Well, yes, there's a new Epic TV series. The second episode came out yesterday. There are episodes coming out every Tuesday, but it talks about the deadlift and how to do it properly.
In questo episodio parleremo dello stacco da terra, che è uno degli esercizi che più mi ha aiutato per sviluppare la mia forza. È circa 2 anni che ho iniziato l'allenamento con lo stacco da terra e devo dire che i risultati sono visti immediatamente nell'aumento della forza e di conseguenza è un esercizio che consiglio a tutti. Lo stacco da terra, oltre ad essere un esercizio molto importante per lo sviluppo della forza, permette anche di mantenere una postura corretta della spina dorsale ed è un requisito fondamentale per avere stabilità ed equilibrio nell'arrampicata.
So it's a training series.
Yeah,
Every week it will go through certain exercises.
Okay.
I did see them all already, so
how many
it's a
are
bit
there?
difficult not to spoil it. 6.
6. Okay, cool. It's good. I haven't seen a weight workout for ages.
Do you even do weight workouts?
I do, yeah. I like do one once a week if I'm here, at least once a week. I don't know.
Good to know.
Just you know.
What's the next bit of media?
Next content is Mr. Andrew Alexander King. He's an absolute legend, this guy. In fact, me and T spent time with him this summer. We went alpine climbing, we did some big routes. We also interviewed him about his projects, what he's doing in life. It's a really interesting interview. I think you should watch it. Check out this teaser.
When it comes to racial division, it goes back to that logic. No one in this world was asked to be born a race or a color or something that people will hate. Hate is a choice. That's a straight up choice. You being born your color, your skin color to your family, where you stand, that was never your choice. How you treat people is a choice. And so for me, in the outdoor world, I'll just be very blunt and say this. Walking into the terrain hut, going climbing, everyone's looking at me. They're not looking at me because of my neck tattoos that I have out because like I'm not covered in my suit or buttoned up. They're looking at me because I don't look like everyone else.
Cool guy. Like, really awesome, right?
Hi, Andrew. I
Hey,
hope
Andrew,
you're
how you
watching this.
doing,
We're
mate?
friends.
Yeah, you good,
I
man?
swear we are.
We are friends.
We are friends.
He bivvied in my car. We bivvied by a river.
Anyway, super cool dude, but also has like a story to share.
Yeah.
And that's, yes, hence why there's this interview.
Yes, and it is good. Go check it out. Links down below. We have to sing.
No, we don't.
We do.
We
There's
do.
nothing now. If you want to send a song, climb at epictv.com or DM us on Instagram. I haven't done one of these in ages.
What do you feel like
I don't know.
tune-wise?
Halloween's coming up. Should be spooky.
Is it coming up?
Yeah, you told me. Is it? Oh,
Yeah, it's at the end of the month.
well, it's coming up. It's,
Oh.
the 11th. Let's get spooky. All right, spooky, pre-Halloween song, as spooky as you can. Go. Comment
Of the week.
That is bloody lovely.
Right, my comment is from Rimmer van der Hack, who says, I love the rubbish in between the show. It's so good right now. Awesome vibes with one of them.
Ah, vibes!
Tara's favourite word is vibes. Yes, see how happy
It is
she
the
gets.
word. It is the word of the moment.
Indeed it is.
It's so awful though, isn't it?
Vibes, yeah, it's horrendous, Dean. You keep
But
putting it on
it's
your
so
Instagram.
good because like
Horrendous.
everything can be a vibe.
Oh, I'm vibing right now. Yeah, I've got the vibes. Yeah, massive vibes. That was my comment from Rimmer van der Hack. Thank you, mate.
My comment is from Susanna, and she says, we can all agree that we need more fun facts from T.
Have you got a fun fact?
So,
Oh, God.
the fun facts are of the fun facts. If you Google fun facts,
Oh God.
they'll give you the fun fact, a random fun fact. So
Right.
I'm going to
So
do it
this
right
isn't
now.
climbing related. This is any fun. You've just Googled fun fact. This is
Fun
brilliant.
facts.
Will I get a different fun fact?
Yes, because I just did it before. Now I got a different one.
Okay.
And the question is, which Beatle is left-handed? Paul McCartney.
Very good. Mine is, which bird has the largest eyes? The ostrich, 2 inches in diameter. Wow. Well, T, that's amazing. Thank you for the fun fact of the week. Not climbing related. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, and we will see you next week for more news.